Virginia. The question on domestic versus foreign currency and also the price of silver. Go ahead, please, Bob Chapman.
At $2,500 gold, I think silver could be $100, maybe $80 an ounce. So it's got a long way to go. Once that old high of 40 to 50 is broken, and probably even more importantly, $25 to $30. Once that's broken, there's nothing to hold it back, and so it could go considerably higher. What was that first question?
About the foreign versus domestic currency. You already answered that.
That was the second one.
And the price of silver. So those were the two questions that he had. Let me go. Thank you very much, John. Let me go to Carmen in Minnesota. We have got so many people who want to talk to you. Carmen in Minnesota, you're on the air with Bob Chapman.
Hi, yes. I just wanted to ask a couple of questions. If you've heard any updates regarding the banking holiday from any of the industry insiders, and then also, how will we be able to tell if when the financial system collapses? How will we be able to tell what the current value of silver and gold are?
Well, first of all, I see no banking holiday in the immediate future. Last May, I saw the possibility, but I changed my mind in July and said, no, there's not going to be one. And we had hundreds of people saying there were going to be one who write and report, and they were all wrong. It's going to come, and if it's going to come, probably it will come per the FDIC, per the Federal Reserve, and that would be late next year if they're going to officially devalue. And so during the period of time between now and then, you get out of those dollar-driven assets and you go into gold and silver-related assets, and that's pretty simple. If you have lots of money in bonds or in U.S. savings bonds, things like that, insurance policies, annuities, you can take it out and put it into foreign currency bonds such as Canadian and Swiss franc treasuries. They're relatively safe, although they will go down versus gold and silver if we're right about what is going to happen in the future.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for the phone call, Carmen. Let's go to Raphael in Virginia. Raphael, you're on the air with Bob Chapman. Go ahead, please.
Assalamu alaikum, Joyce and Bob. I have a question concerning gold and silver. I'm not at a situation where I can actually take possession of coinage. Would there be any other recommendation on how to invest in gold and silver?
Well, you can do that by buying shares. I mean, those are available to you in the New York and American Stock Exchange, Toronto, and over-the-counter. And we make recommendations in that area.
You want to give your email address? We're running out of time. You want to give your email address?
BOB at INTFORECASTER.com. We'll answer your questions. Tell you what to buy and everything else.
All right. Thank you very much, Raphael. Good question. Larry in Indiana, you're on the air with Bob Chapman. Go ahead, please.
Bob, I don't think the global elite's too worried about us gun owners. The astronomical odds against what's happening in Ukraine now with almost 2 million sick with this hemorrhagic flu, after Joseph Moshe, August 13th, warned us that the Ukraine was going to do this. I think their beta test is going pretty well. They're going to reduce our numbers down to where a foreign army can come in and overpower us, don't you think?
I think that's a possibility. But you're talking about 300 million people in the United States. And the Ukraine, they have a much smaller population, although it could be a beta test. There's absolutely no question, and it probably is.
And beta test,
the sheep will line up for the shot.
That.
Okay, and your definition of a beta test is?
Well, I mean, they've sprayed the Ukraine. They've got 2 million people infected, 100,000 hospitals. Last I saw, 400 dead. Now, of course, the numbers could be disputed, but it seems to be highly contagious with a very small amount of this. It's enough to scare people into martial law is what I think their goal is, and they're lining up for the shots here, Joyce.
All right. Thank you very much, Larry from Indiana. I don't like what you're saying, and I'm afraid of it. I don't want to fear anything. I'm not going to fear anything. Bob Chapman, thank you so much for joining us in the Power Hour today. It's been, it's been an eye-opener for sure.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks. We'll be right back. TheInternationalForecaster.com.